we just finished a test and we're ridiculous and laughed a really long time for our first pilot podcast. Can we do this? We've been talking about it for a while.
We've been talking about it for, I think, a year.
Sister Confessions.
Yeah. The first, you introduced me to podcasts 1999. No. They didn't even exist back then. 2019, you were telling me about podcasts. And I was like, oh, do you have to have an Apple for that? Because in my head it was iPod, a podcast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't know that. iPod podcast?
Yeah, that's
okay.
I related the two in my head. So I was like, oh, because I don't have Apple. I have Google. And
Still?
Yeah.
Google.
Google.
Apple.
And you said no. And you explained what podcasts were, and I never heard of it before. And I started listening to podcasts, and it changed my life for the better.
Podcasters, are we supposed to look at the camera while you're talking, or should I look at you?
Oh, you know what? I've seen podcasts, and they don't look at the camera.
They don't? Okay, because that's weird, because why would I look at the camera? This is our first ever, so bear with us.
Sorry. You're right. They don't look at the camera.
No,
they're just talking.
I was looking at you. I didn't know if I should be
I kept looking at the camera because
you're talking to
in
people.
my head, you have to look at cameras. Yeah, but no, you're right.
Oh, I'm going to have to take a picture of our setup here. It's okay.
Our first podcast.
If we ever become famous or have more than 10 followers, then maybe we'll release this at some point. This is just trial. We've been talking about Sister Confessions.
For a year.
For a year. Because life is hard.
Yeah.
And we talk on the phone a lot and we complain about life and work through life and celebrate life and call each other with praise reports and crying, and we're like, you know what, this would be a good podcast. Like, maybe other people are dealing with these life struggles, parenting and relationships and life and religion and mental health, and I don't know, we figured, well,
working moms.
Yeah, we have a list of topics. We'll see. So we're here. I'm visiting from Ohio. I live in Ohio. My name is Desiree.
My name's Michelle, and I live here in California. We're in sunny California right now.
Yes.
Having a drink together. Cheers.
Cheers.
And I thought it would be a good opportunity to do our first.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to give an introduction?
Of myself?
Yeah, more than that.
Of that I'm from California?
Yeah.
Well, we were born in San Diego, California. And we were raised in San Diego, California. I moved out to Riverside area when I was 19 to live with my dad, our dad. You moved out to Chico? Yeah. No. Was it Chico first? To go to Chico State?
I don't know what year. 2012? No, 2022 maybe, I think. Or 23?
You moved where?
To Chico. No, 2003,
you're saying. This is for college.
Yeah, 2003. Okay. Correct, yeah. Or 2002. Okay. I don't remember when I moved. I was 22 or 23 is the point. Okay, continue. Sorry.
And, I've been living here since, and I have a wonderful husband and 2 kids from me, and then I have 2 stepkids. And Desiree, how many do you have?
I also have 2 children. I have a 16-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl, and we live in Ohio. We moved to Ohio 5 years ago from California and been married for 17 years. I'm also a birth mom. I have a daughter in her 20s, and I get to visit with her tomorrow. See, that could be a whole nother segment of being a birth mom and all that stuff. Yeah, passerbyers. Please hold.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So what
Starting off at a restaurant.
there we go. So what are we going to talk about the first? How is this going to work? Hey, if we do podcasts, would we record it? I guess it depends what this looks like. We're already at 5 minutes. How long should podcasts be?
They're usually an hour.
Oh no. The one. Okay.
But I mean, they're planned out, and we didn't plan it. We just hit record and see what happens.
Okay.
Well, the ones I listen to are an hour, but the ones I listen to are in depth, and they get very in depth. So you can't stop it at 10 minutes. It's just beginning. How long are the podcasts you listen to?
Like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Little, yeah. And they're not videos. Well, I watch videos too on YouTube. Well, and I'm going to share something. Okay, maybe this is the first sister confession. I'm going to share your confession.
Sure.
Should we not do that? I don't know. Okay,
Go ahead.
here we go.
I don't know what you're confessing for me, but okay. It says your sister confessing your sister's confession.
Maybe this is a boundary we don't cross. I don't know. So Michelle has struggled with depression for a long time and has seen counselors and medication. And what she said has helped her in her mental health journey is podcasts. Like listening to a lot of different people share their experiences and healing and the power of mental health and the power of our thoughts. And
that's right.
So that's what I'm confessing is
Okay.
that it's been life-changing for you.
Life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have struggled with depression since I was diagnosed when I was 12 with severe depression. I was suicidal. I just didn't want to live anymore. Life was hard. Everything was hard. Just getting up out of bed was hard. So I've struggled with it my whole life. I'm 38 now, so that's, as far as diagnosis goes, that's 26 years.
Sister confession. We're not good at math. So continue. I mean, that's probably right. I'm not checking, but continue.
And so, yeah, I did find a good therapist that specialized in EMDR. And that, I mean, I found this therapist when I was 26. But from 12 to 26, I was just seeing psychiatrists. And I didn't know there was a difference from psychiatrists to therapists. I was just seeing psychiatrists, and they don't really help you cope with stuff. They just prescribe you medication.
Shout out to your therapist.
Shout out to my therapist.
What's her name? Can you say her name?
I don't know. I didn't ask her permission.
Oh, good point. We don't know about these things, but yay, Michelle's therapist.
Yes.
Because you've been phenomenal for 10 years. Huh?
10 years, yeah.
EMDR.
EMDR has changed my... It laid the foundation for me to start working on myself and retraining my brain from past... life experiences, yeah. And then you introduced podcasts to me, and I actually started listening to one with 3 female comedians, and then they started talking about their mental health and stuff. And I love comedy, so I listen to like the stand-up comedians. They have almost all of them have a podcast, and I listen to them to get me to laugh because I'm always down. And then going from there, one of them was talking to a guest, and then they started talking about their struggles, and then they were talking about Ram Dass, and it was Ram Dass. I followed that trail of Ram Dass, and it was Ram Dass teachings that have helped me. And anything related to Ram Dass podcasts I listen to, and I listen to it daily, to where I don't need. I mean, I've been in therapy for 10 years, my whole life, but I don't need it consistently like I used to.
We're good. Okay.
We're doing good. So, yeah, it's been I mean, with therapy and podcasts together, I am a happy person now. I'm happy.
Yes.
I'm I live in the moment a lot. Like I can appreciate the here and now. Like, I go out into the park at work. I was out in the parking lot with my coworkers, and I was like, "Look at the bird!" And they're looking at me like, listen, how beautiful a bird sounds. And they're like, "Oh my gosh!" And no, I didn't smoke anything or nothing. I was at work.
You're sober. And you said that the other day. We had a photo shoot of her daughter, and you said, "Oh, I just love life," and I never imagined that I'd ever hear you say that. Like
Yes.
having a sister with depression and mental health illness, and I remember just seeing you struggle and so depressed our whole childhood, and seeing your struggles through the years, and just in a deep dark depression, and therapy, EMDR, but she said podcasts have like been a spiritual awakening for you. Ram Dass.
Ram Dass,
Yeah,
yes.
and just enlightenment. And so that was our motivation of like, well, you know what, we have something to offer.
Yeah. Who can I help? We help.
Through
Just talking about our daily.
struggles
Daily,
and,
yeah.
life lessons and what we've experienced, and podcasts have been life-changing for us, and if we can help one person through what we've experienced, then why not turn on the camera and try it? So we're trying it.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Sister Confessions.
Sister Confessions.
Here we come.
Pilot.